Feeling chilly? SG Heating and Cooling. Fixing it right, day or night. SG Heating and Cooling is located at 7005 Cooley Lake Road in West Bloomfield. SG offers free estimates on new equipment and 0% interest financing for up to 18 months. Eligible equipment qualifies for rebates from Consumers Energy and DTE. SG will clean your furnace, verify it is working properly, and perform a safety inspection for only $59. SG also offers duct cleaning and sanitizing starting at $300. You can find us on the web at sgheatingcooling.com or call 248-242-6730 today for all of your heating and cooling needs. SG Heating and Cooling, fixing it right, day or night. 248-242-6730.
You're listening to CRBRadio.com. The words and opinions you are about to hear are of the hosts and do not reflect the management, sponsors, or affiliates of Cave Radio Broadcasting.
This the real nonsense, you better call in. Tune in, you might even hear your best friend. You know we live every Saturday, better tap in. Got some real knowledge for all you young men. Not just for men, it's for ladies too. All ages, we don't care if you 82. Cause it's the real nonsense. The real nonsense. For real, let me hear that.
All right. I sound like a little loud. Okay, great. So we're back. Season 2, The Real Nonsense Podcast with Chris and Mel. Hey, Mel.
Hey.
Great. It's great to be back. Hey, Eric, what's going on?
I can't hear in the headphones.
Yeah, you can't?
No.
Really?
What?
Oh, wow, we're back.
Well, I'm going to fix it.
Oh, yeah. This episode.
This is all we're doing is fixing
This is the first episode, Season 2. Wow, we're back. 25 shows last season.
You're being like a loud echo in my ear.
Yeah, I'm loud anyway. But 25 shows last season.
Yeah.
We're ready to kick off season number 2. And today, we have a very, 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 very special guest to kick off our season, our second season of the Real Nonsense Podcast on Cave Radio. And welcome to the show, Rakiba Mitchell.
Hey.
Yes,
hey everyone.
yes.
Hey, everyone.
Educational
Happy
consultant, adjunct professor. At first, I thought, you know how you go on Facebook and you search, and it's like, I thought it was a list of names, but no, it's a list of you, right? right. So I'm like, okay, I'm on the wrong page. No, I'm on the right page. Licensed professional counselor. Wow. Creator and artist at Afro Chic Collections. Owner and founder of HBCU Legacy LLC. And the artistic style of Rakiba Lanice. Like, you got it going on, just like everywhere, all over the place. Wow. Yeah. Wow. So welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Yes. So let's talk about a few things. So you're an adjunct professor at
Eastern University.
EMU. Did they play this weekend? Did they have a game this weekend?
You know, they're getting ready for homecoming. I can say that, so I need to put that out there.
Wow, when is homecoming? See, college comes up quick, right?
Homecoming. I only know because one of my sorors is the chair of the Black alumni.
Your sorors, you are a member of
Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated,
AKA Pink and Green.
Pink and Green.
There we go.
I am. So I don't know if they played this past weekend, but I know that's what they're getting ready for.
Homecoming. So you been at homecoming at EMU? A couple times?
It was when the dinosaurs roamed the earth the last time.
Right, because you went to Michigan.
I did.
Wow, the big house.
I did.
Right. So during the pandemic, I was in my doctor's office. My doctor went to EMU too, right? Mm-hmm. And I happened to look at the wall, and there was a picture that he has of the big house, this football stadium, right? And this was during the heat of the pandemic. I'm in there masked up, everybody in there masked up, like 2-3 masks on. And I'm looking like, dang, that's what life used to be like. Like, it was so many people, you couldn't see white space seats or anything. It was, it had to be like 120, 30,000 people in one stadium. I've never been to Michigan Big House. That's on my bucket list, though.
Yeah,
to go to a football game
too.
in Michigan.
I want to go.
Yeah.
So I haven't either.
What? Wait a minute. You got a degree from Michigan. You've never been to a football game in Michigan?
Yes, and I went to University of Michigan and Arbor.
Oh, my God.
I kept saying, okay, I'm going to go before I graduate. I'm going to go before I graduate. And I graduated, and then the tickets are expensive. So it's like, and then I don't like being cold.
Who goes to, but why buy a ticket?
What's expensive?
Oh, no. You're going to come out with some hundreds.
Yeah, but why buy the ticket? You can just hang out, right? Tailgate? Like,
you're supposed to go inside the stadium.
But after halftime,
like
do they check for tickets?
Like, it's It's $200-$300, and
But they don't check for tickets after halftime, do they? I thought everybody getting after halftime. Just walk in.
Listen, I'm not willing to
Try that?
No, it's not that serious. not to be trying.
Maize and Blue, you never went to.
I can watch.
Did you
it.
eat in the cafeteria up there?
Yes.
I mean, I just want to know how much of the experience did you get?
I was on campus.
Oh, you lived on
I
campus?
was on yes, and I did live on North Campus, but I was on campus.
North Campus. What's North Campus?
So Michigan is huge.
Yeah, it's like a whole city.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a South Campus, a Central Campus, and a North Campus. So North Campus is more tranquil and peaceful. That's where the engineering school is.
Oh.
That's where the music school is. Bursley is the dorm I was in. It was the third largest dorm in the nation at the time.
Oh, wow.
So, but a lot of people that stay on North Campus do so to be away from Central.
How many?
Central's where all the
How many roommates did you
action is.
have?
I
in the
only
dorm?
had one.
One.
And then I had a single. So I didn't have the experience of having 4 and 5 people.
You had visitation, right? You could have somebody come in your dorm room.
We had men
Spend
on
the night,
both sides
whatever.
of us. Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
a co-ed
can't do that at
floor.
HBCU. It's not happening.
Yeah, co-ed floor.
Wow.
I take
No.
my car.
No.
You know they. Yeah, I know
Yeah.
about the HBCU.
I met somebody in the district who went to Alabama A&M. I said, "Hey, do you still gonna have guests in your room?" She was like, "No," and I'm thinking like, "This is 2020. Like, really?
Yeah, it's,
No."
No.
it's
No
about the
male
culture of the
visitors,
school.
yeah.
Yeah, to try to maintain that.
Yeah.
I mean, I almost got arrested on Morehouse campus. I was
For that,
there.
yeah.
Yeah, I was there visiting my sister. She went to Clark, and we were just after curfew, and I didn't know. So,
Yeah.
and I was like, listen, I'm just trying to get back.
So on Facebook, Michigan and Michigan State people always beef around that time of the game. It's like really.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Facebook is blew up at that time. Yeah.
And we have parties, so that's what I'm saying. Well, you can go to tailgate parties here. I've been to tailgate parties here. I've been, out to the different bars that have parties. Been over watch parties.
Yeah.
You can do that. Those are
a fun
to me,
time.
that's fun. That's more
Yeah.
intimate.
So this is
than-
not a personal indictment of me, but I want to ask, like, Michigan State has like Hempfest. Why what does Michigan have?
You haven't heard?
No.
Hash Bash is
Right.
Like,
Oh, that's at Michigan?
like
Yes.
I thought it was only at State.
No.
Lansing. If Lansing has something, they stole it from.
Right. No, hash bash.
Oh, wow.
Yes, the last day of classes. Yeah.
Off the hook, huh? Just everywhere. Just
I didn't go down.
I'm not.
Central
Yeah, right.
Campus,
Right.
like-
Of course.
like,
Yeah.
no,
you
I'm
didn't
not-
go, but I didn't go either. But
I'll bet it's like the Woodward Dream Cruise if you live there.
It's so
Like, it's
it
just-
gets to be, if you're not a person that indulges, it gets to be a little annoying because you get stuck in the middle of the mist of the haze and the smoke, and so I lived on North Campus.
oh, so they smoke on North Campus now.
that is on Central Campus. So that's what I said. The Central Campus has all of the, activities. That's where everything happens.
Wow.
Troublemaker.
Hash bash.
But that was,
Yeah. Everybody just stand outside smoking
that's
weed.
undergrad.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
it's been a
Wow.
minute since I've been
In
in
public.
undergrad. So I don't know what they. I don't know what they do now.
And it's got to be off the hook now because marijuana's legal.
Yeah, I don't know what they,
Yeah.
like I said, I don't know what they do now.
Wow.
This was in the 90s. So I was in college in the 90s. I don't know what they do now. So I don't.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Yeah. You don't go up there for that. Yeah. Yeah. Do you go up there anyway, just to go up and
Ann
yeah,
Arbor.
sorors and stuff like that,
I
right?
saw Ann Arbor, yeah. I
Yeah.
actually like the city of Ann Arbor to hang
Yeah,
out
Ann
in.
Arbor's
It's
beautiful.
cool. You know,
Yeah.
you got nice restaurants.
I know some really good
shops,
Michigan
so
people.
Yeah.
Manningham, from Denby, Blankenshire, Coach Blank. Yeah.
It's a lot. It's a
Yeah.
lot of
It's a lot.
people.
They're deep. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. And I went at the time where they were doing. They still did on-site admissions from high schools. And back in that, they don't do it anymore. So I went straight from King. Like there was a lot of us that.
Oh, you went to King? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of us got.
Not Cass. King.
I'm the only one in my family went to King. Everybody else went to Cass.
Wow.
Yep.
I went to McKenzie. I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. I just said, oh,
Oh.
okay.
We are deep though. Don't
You
get
are.
it twisted.
You are, especially now the school's closed.
Oh,
And
we
you
started
have
that
to-
alumni picnic
You had a
thing
picnic.
years ago.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we
the
started
picnic
that.
is huge.
Yeah,
I know.
yeah. McKenzie's deep. But
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
My daughter went to King. I pulled her out.
Did she
You
go in the
did say that.
90s?
No, and
Okay.
my daughter
I
graduated in
remember that.
2010.
Melanie want to go to
so
King.
it was different in the 90s.
Yeah, oh,
you gotta
King.
remember, I went to school in the 90s.
Yeah, it was very elite.
Yeah, I went in the 90s. So
Yeah, it was very elite.
Yeah.
You said Melanie wants to go to King?
She does.
Really?
King or DIA.
Why did she want? She just
Yeah, it's-
saw it.
I think she want to go to King because of the location. Isn't that the one off of Jefferson somewhere?
Yeah, yeah.
2300.
Yeah.
Have you took her down there?
Yeah, we went to a board meeting. I took her with me once.
Oh, the building's off the chain.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
The
She
new
loves
King
it.
is off the hook.
Yeah.
But you know what building I saw the other day that I thought they did renovations and it's absolutely beautiful.
Which one?
Marygrove.
I need to go over there. We were
Listen.
talking about that the other day.
Listen, they have charging stations in the cafeteria for kids
Do
for
they
phones.
really?
Yes,
How many
Yes.
kids do they have?
about
go
500.
Oh.
They have charging stations.
That's beautiful.
The cafeteria looks state of the art. The gym looks state of the art. Yeah, they said they were playing Jenga and the blocks were like the huge ones. Yeah. I was like, this is. I never had high
That
school
should
like
be
that. I'd be so
I know.
jealous when I
That
walk
needs
into
to
some of
be
these schools.
every child's experience.
Like,
though.
damn.
That's the unfortunate part. That's not every child's experience in DPS. There's some
It
students
is. Right, it's right,
that
right.
have the exact opposite.
Exact opposite.
You know, and that's the part that breaks my heart is that you have these schools that get all of the attention, all the resources, all of everything, and
Yeah.
then the other schools, it's like,
Picking up the
okay,
scraps.
whatever left over
Yeah.
is, you know, we might give you some things,
Yeah.
and there's some students that don't even know that exists over there.
Yeah.
Because they go to school and they have to wear hard hats because of the ceiling falling down.
You know what's the best experience I ever had working in Detroit with the district was I went to summer school graduation. I was there. I worked the event. And at summer school graduation, you get to see all of the kids from all the different schools walk together. And that's the one time where it felt like everybody was equal. Like nobody stood out more than anybody else. No one was favored more than anybody else. They all looked nice. They all had on their cap and gown. They all graduated together. It was a beautiful event. It was very, 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 very touching for me to see that. But you're right. Some schools just look.
They don't get the funding, the attention.
Yeah.
Some people don't know that there's a summer school graduation. I encountered that a lot.
Really?
There, so because June is the goal, right? When June no longer becomes the goal,
Yeah.
you know, that's when we have to say, okay, then July becomes the goal, but June is the target.
You know, my wife convinced me to go and get a copy of my high school diploma, and I regretted doing that because what I didn't know is that if you lose your diploma and get a copy of it, they put the date on it that your records went to central office. So my diploma doesn't say June; it says August. Yeah, I didn't graduate in summer school. I came out June 9th, 1984.
So what happened to your original diploma?
I lost it the day of graduation.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I lost it. I was
Party?
Yeah.
Oh.
And my mother was really mad when I got home. She was like, "Where's the diploma?" Put in. I was like,
Wow.
"All the stuff I went through with you, and you don't have that."
So you needed it for what? What did you need a copy for?
I just wanted it.
Your
Like,
high school diploma?
Yeah, I wanted a copy of it because I saw hers.
Oh, okay. So you wanted to have.
Yeah. We
Okay.
both went to the same high school. Yeah, so I thought it'd be cute.
Okay,
Yeah.
so legacy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, my wife graduated from Mackenzie as well. She's 9 years younger, but yeah,
That's cute.
she's my fountain of youth. Yeah.
So y'all went. Y'all went to the picnic together.
No, she doesn't indulge.
She
No.
don't.
Picnic?
Why not?
No, my wife is kind of quiet.
Oh, she's like
reserved.
antisocial little.
No, she's just reserved
Yeah.
in that aspect. You know,
Yes, she ain't trying to go.
A lot of people, the sensory overload kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit much.
Yeah. I can understand that.
Yeah, it is a bit much when you're out there though. It's hot and then you
Yeah,
know,
I
people
missed all the
drinking,
picnics
having a good
this
time.
summer.
Yeah.
I've been in the house. I didn't do any of Shane Park or anything. I was
Really?
kind of upset about Kim and Tamia last night. I wanted to see that. That was a sold out show.
Well, we gave away our tickets to Music Soul Child.
You just sold some tickets to what was it? Wu-Tang?
Wu-Tang.
or
Yeah, I
something?
sold them. Yeah.
Okay.
But we gave away the tickets we gave them away to Music Soul Child. It turns out, Music didn't even come on stage till like 12 o'clock.
Oh, wow.
Right. Yeah. They just disrespectful when they come to Detroit. They are.
Wait.
No sense of urgency.
What time did the thing start?
8. The DJ played for almost 3.5 hours.
No.
Are you serious? So they just out there partying?
I promise you. Yeah.
Well, you know what? They going to find something to do for 3 hours.
And that's
in
what you
Shane
shouldn't
Park.
do down in Shane Park.
That was at Shane Park?
Yes.
Oh, I would have been heated.
Yeah.
I would have been heated.
I'm so glad she didn't go because she would have been livid.
I would have been heated.
She would have been mad all the way home. It would have been horrible.
Yeah, that wouldn't have worked out.
Somebody's email would have been in my phone because somebody's giving me a refund.
Yeah.
That's absolutely.
Yeah, $100, $150 ticket.
It's disrespectful.
They ain't come.
That's
Till 12 o'clock.
Yeah. I've only been to 2 concerts my whole life.
R. Kelly did that to us down at Ford Field one year, I remember.
Yeah, I've been to 2 concerts my whole life. And the most recent concert I went to was
that on purpose?
I was never interested. But
In
I went
concerts?
to see. Yeah. I had the CD, had the album,
Okay,
had
so
the cassette.
just give me your tickets because
Yeah.
I like live music.
So I saw Bell. I saw Bell Biv DeVoe, Jodeci, and Charlie Wilson. Charlie Wilson on stage for an hour and a half. But the seats at Little Caesars Arena literally made my buttocks hurt. And we have 4 seats. It was the most uncomfortable
I
experience.
want to go see Mary
ever.
J. She's supposed to be here on the 24th, I think.
Yeah, well, if it costs as much as Anita Baker, I'm not going.
Okay.
I'm not
Did
paying.
you go see Anita Baker?
No, because $400 tickets, I'm not paying.
They was
that.
$400.
Yes.
they were.
By the time I found
Some
out,
of them, so a lot of them, they went on sale while we were at work, and so some people just stayed on whatever you had to go into to try to register for it. That's what they did. They like literally was trying because they sold out quickly. There were
Okay.
people. I was like, I'm sorry, I have to work. I don't have time. To,
Yeah.
to stock tickets. I got to work, and they sold out pretty quickly.
I want to ask you about these things. So 2 things. What is Afro She, and then the artistic style of Rakiba Louise?
I'll start in reverse. The artistic style of Rakiba Louise is just the name of my artist page.
Oh, okay.
So artists of, like, what do you do?
I'm a mixed media artist, so that's I use a bunch of different mediums. I specifically like using acrylics,
Okay.
acrylic paint, and then I can incorporate different materials into my pieces. So the pieces that I use generally are on canvas.
Okay.
And then I can add paper if I wanted to, beads. So any elements that I see around it I want to incorporate, I can do that. So that's what a mixed media artist does. Afro She collection.
I never knew that.
Yeah.
Neither.
Thank you
It's
for
mixed
explaining
media
that to me.
collage artist. Yeah, that's you just kind of
So someone can request it, and you just
Collage
put it together, and they pay you. So.
someone. So there's a person that's a painter, and they may paint a picture of her. I may begin by painting a picture of her, but I want to add like a 2-dimensional effect. So I'll go get yarn,
Texture.
for texture, so you feel it. I might go. So I've seen with candy, people do Skittles in place of the
wow.
face. So you can incorporate different materials to make it. I like to make things pop or look like they're gonna pop off the
Oh, wow.
canvas. So that's what a 2-dimensional. A lot of my work is 2-dimensional.
How long you been doing that?
Artist all my life. I actually have a certification in art. I used to teach art.
Girl, you got a lot going on.
I know.
You part Jamaican?
No,
I
not
shouldn't have said
Jamaican.
that because Jamaicans don't work like that.
Not Jamaican.
Why would you say that?
I don't know.
It's West Indian. Though.
That's a stereotype.
It is.
Where you going with this?
Somebody get my belt.
It is. It is. West. I do have West Indian heritage.
See, there we go. Yeah,
Not Jamaican though. It's
hardworking.
It's Catition and Antiguan.
Hardworking.
So it's other islands. But yeah. So in the Afro Sea collection is the name that I created for the pieces that are fashioned after Black women. So I have different silhouettes to capture their hair, their poses, and they're different sizes. So they range from 5x7 up to 16 by 24.
That's a nice size.
Yeah. And so those are the
You write your
collection-
name on the bottom of it, like
I do.
yeah. Okay.
Are they on there? On the page?
You know what? I want
They
to.
are.
Yeah.
I want to see some. Let me go
It's
to
on
it.
my phone too.
Yeah.
Yep,
So I see you're a parent too, right?
I am.
Yeah. How old is your son?
My son will be 14 on October 12th. He
Now-
is 6'2" and a half.
Wow.
He's that tall already?
He is. He's
I heard you say something about a shoe size. What size does he wear?
She say 6'2" and a
That made me
half.
cry. My son is in a 13, 14.
You're
shoe.
kidding me.
I seriously am not.
Wow.
It has become difficult to find shoes,
I bet.
but I
yeah.
have a village that's so loving. I put a post about it because I was so frustrated. I said, this boy's in a 13, 14 shoe. And some of the people that I hold close were like, I got him. And, my sister lives in Puerto Rico. She sent him like 4 boxes of shoes. She's a sneakerhead.
I'm a sneakerhead too. Actually, I was online trying to get some shoes, and all they had
Beautiful.
were sizes 15, 16. This was at one store where they, wow.
I love that.
Yeah. Matter of fact,
Let me see if I can put it in the camera.
hey, we about to move. I want one of those. I want that.
There we go.
You want that one?
Yes.
It's in my living room. It's for sale.
It's for sale.
Listen, all my stuff is for
You're
sale.
going to kill me
I
for
know
that,
that's
right?
right.
No, I'm not gonna kill you.
Okay,
I
yeah.
know where you work.
That is beautiful.
Yeah,
Yeah, let me see.
that's one I did recently.
Oh, wow.
If I could do anything.
So what?
all
Okay,
day.
so this is the picture, and this is
So
the actual.
on the canvas, what you're looking at is paint. So I did paint the actual silhouette. That's paint. I spray painted the background. The background is paint as well. And then I cut out all of those flowers individually with my hands.
My God.
So what? This is the wall though behind it, right?
That's concrete. I take the
Right.
pictures out so that the natural light can be shown.
That is so pretty.
And so then I cut out all the flowers by hand, and then I paint them, and then I fix them. And it's a process, but that's, you know,
Wow.
a lot of people ask, well, goodness, how do you have the patience?
No, I'm dead serious. I need this.
That's fine. No,
Okay, this is gonna be the first piece of art I hang up in my new house.
So tell me about
And I
when
need
you
you to sign
create
it.
art. Like, what does it take you to? Because I know for me, like, I used to sew and make pillows, and it was teaching me like to be patient, like to being like a creative like neck. It can do something.
You a
like,
Michaels lady
for
now?
you. I used to make pillows.
You go to Michael's and get stuff like that?
Oh yeah,
Really?
Yeah, I had an embroidery machine. I still have it. I just haven't picked it back up. I'm going to
All
teach
right,
Melody
Mel.
how to do embroidery and pick it back up and teach her how to sew and stuff like that. But I know that, you know, whether your creativity is like music, art, you know, drawing, it does something for you. Doesn't it take you to another place,
It
Rakiba?
does. It has. So I have
That's beautiful.
I think 6 jobs now. So
It seems like it. You got about 100 on
I had
Facebook.
4 last night. So I have 6 this year. I have 4 last year. They typically don't clash, but this semester they are. And so for me, the stress has to go somewhere.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be impactful. I'm not going to be as effective as I can be if I'm just a ball of stress and confusion. So it has to go somewhere. So I only pick up healthy habits. I don't make enough to have unhealthy habits.
I love that.
So art is my safe space. And for years, I didn't do anything with it.
She says she don't make enough to pick up unhealthy habits.
Right, right.
That's funny.
Yeah, yeah. That was very funny.
Wait a minute. Very specific too.
I dodged that one real
Wait a
quick.
minute.
Right?
Like, also, people that unhealthy habits can afford them, or they're doing something
Absolutely.
strange to make them
How do you
to afford it.
define?
I know,
How do you
right?
define unhealthy habits?
Again, of course.
Well, I just want to step out and say that was a piece of advice I needed to receive. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Anything that's a fetish is unhealthy. Yeah, I get it.
I
I
don't
get
make
it.
enough stuff. I'm just saying. Like, listen.
But wait a minute, I'm gonna go back because acrylic and canvases and art supplies can be expensive.
However, it's one of the perks of my job that I don't get paid enough for. You get a discount
Oh, you get discount.
and coupon.
Oh, okay.
I'm the coupon
As an
discount.
educator.
So you get a discount because you are an
I'm
educator.
a teacher. Yep.
Really? So there's a
Yep.
certain store that will honor your badge.
Called Michaels and Joanne Fabrics.
All right now, Michaels and Joanne's.
Yeah, they will give you
What's
discounts.
the
That's
story
awesome.
behind Rakiba?
Oh gosh.
I mean, where does that come from? What?
Okay,
What?
You ready for
Is that your
this?
biological name?
Oh,
your
yeah.
mom? Oh, okay.
Are you ready?
Yes.
We ready.
Y'all about to get the highest ratings y'all ever got.
We so ready.
Okay.
So, you know, in the 70s, a lot of people wanted to name their kids something Afrocentric. So,
Right.
you know, I was born in 77. My parents, here's the story. They did meet each other on the campus of Tuskegee. They are Tuskegee Institute grads.
Okay, HBCU.
Yeah. So, you know, so shout out to Tuskegee. If it hadn't been for Tuskegee, I wouldn't be here. So they met there. My dad is from New York originally. And they said they had a professor who had a daughter, and the daughter's name was Rakiba Aleswa. And my dad said that name was so beautiful that they were like, okay, we're going to name, you know, our child after the professors. My mom says they got it from a book in the 70s, you know, Afrocentric book. And she said it meant beautiful African princess. Well, a lot of 9-year-old, 8-year-old girls are not going to go around telling people that's what it means.
Right.
You know? So for years, people would massacre my name, massacre it. You know, I would correct them, but I would never tell them what it meant. So when I started
How
driving.
could you mess that up though? What?
Oh gosh, are you kidding me?
Like what? It's
Rakiba.
It's Rabika is the most common one.
No,
They inverse
not Rabika.
they inverse the letters.
Rabika.
Rabika. They put
That
the K
doesn't-
and the B.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
because it's not like that.
Or
Okay.
Rebecca.
Oh wow.
I've gotten Rebecca, Rabika. Those are the most common.
Wow.
Or you get people to just do the silent pause and they're like, and then I say, it's Rakiba.
Wow.
You know. But I was going to get gas one time, and the attendant said, that's my people's name. You know what that means? I said, no, you gonna tell me? He's like, yeah, it's from the Quran. He said, your name is from the Quran, and it has a meaning like God who surveys all. And I'm like, oh, that's kind of deep. That's deep. So
That's
I
very
rolled with
deep.
that. I'm like, I can see that because I'm a counselor. You know?
Yeah. And it helps, right?
It helps. It's unique. I can own that. And then Houston happened. So I was at a conference in Houston, ordered something through Uber Eats. The guy was really too happy. He knew how to pronounce my name. Rakiba, I'm down here with your food. And I'm like, why is this guy so happy, right? So I'm like, oh my gosh, this guy is so happy to meet me. So I went down to get my food. He's like, I have your food. And I'm like, okay. He's like, do you know what your name means? And I'm like, yes. And so I told him what I told you. He said, actually, it's really nice. It's cool. We don't use it anymore, but it means second wife. And I said, huh? He said, you're not like side chick? It's fun, right? I'm like, my name means side chick. Oh my God. He said, but legally, legally. I'm like, oh my God.
Now, where was he from?
He was Arabic, so
Okay.
you know, it does obviously it's from the Quran and it has
For sure.
Arabic. But I went upstairs and I proceeded to call my parents and I said, "You named me side chick. This is why I'm having problems. You name me side chick."
So which one is it?
I'm gonna go with Beautiful African Princess.
Okay. So out of the three, that's
That's the one
you
I'm gonna roll with.
Okay, that's
I
what
can
you
own
Yeah.
that now.
It's just like a word. You look up in the dictionary, you have 3 different
Yeah.
definitions.
Yeah.
And you pick the one you want to.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll with that one. That's the one I
Yeah.
can own now. At 44, I can own that one. I couldn't own it at 4, but I can own it at 44.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, that's a very unique name. Have you ever met anybody else with your name?
no.
Yeah.
There's a sorority sister of mine who has a middle name that's my name, but she spells it differently. And then someone changed their name to my name, but spelled it differently with an E. So I've never met another Rakiba.
Yeah, I met a guy, Arabic, and he told me, I was with my son out. My son was younger. We were out. I kept calling my son, come on, Khalil, come on. And he stopped me. He says, you're pronouncing your son's name wrong. I said, what? So it's not Khalil. It's Khalil.
Khalil.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, what?
Okay.
Wow, really?
Yep.
So my son is standing there like
And that's
confused.
his name.
He's literally confused.
He's like, if you're going to use an Arabic name, you're going to say it right.
He's confused.
How do you spell it?
Khalil.
Because
Yeah.
so it's 2 ways you could spell it. You can spell Kahlil.
Yeah.
And Khalil.
Yes, Khalil.
Yeah, friends that-
Khalil.
yeah.
Yeah. But he was named that in 93, so that was kind of different. Yeah. Yeah. It's rather common
Names
now.
are important. Got to be
Names
careful
are
what you name your
important.
kids.
Yeah.
And then you have to
You
get
want
the
to name them Hennessy
pronunciation right.
Champagne.
I've met some.
Yes.
Yeah. I've met some Hennessy's.
She say, I'm happy.
I had a couple in my
I was
class before.
joking.
Yes.
No, I'm not.
The
You met some
names-
Hennessy's for real?
My
Bacardi.
goodness.
Not, oh, well.
Yeah.
A real Bacardi?
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Yep. Yep.
And they actually live up to those names, too.
Yeah. One of my friends that I went to school with, his son is named Remy. I like that name though. I like Remy. I like that. It's simple. It's clean.
Remy.
Yeah, I like that.
I mean,
I could never.
I don't
I
have a
would
problem
never.
with that. It's
I love
the
it.
ones with the accents and that are not, spelled phonetically correct. And
Yeah.
then you get corrected. And it's like, I'm not trying to mess up the name.
Yeah.
Like this, that's not how it's spelled.
See, Christopher, it's no doubt. Nobody knows anything about me when you say Christopher. Christopher's just
So
common.
common.
But I've caught a lot of hell with Christopher Rogers in the last
Oh,
30
because
years.
of
The last name?
All of it. Well, first I went to school with a Christopher Rogers. We're in the same department, same major. I have a D. He doesn't. So they used to screw up our transcripts, get it mixed up. Actually, when I got back home and I applied for jobs, the university sent his transcript
No, they didn't.
No, they didn't.
instead of mine.
That's irresponsible. Okay.
Yeah, they did that. They did that. So
Wow.
I went and got a doctorate degree, and Chris is my friend, so he has a doctorate degree now. So we both are Dr. Rogers now. Then when I came back to the district, there's a counselor.
Yeah.
This
at
Christopher
Cass.
Rogers at Cass, who's a friend of mine too. And I used to get his emails for like 2 years straight because the kids at Cass would never spell his name right. So they would always come to me. Then when I didn't respond, they would be mad, like exclamation points, right? I'm like, you emailing the wrong person. His name is spelled. So it's been constant. Every time I meet a Chris Rogers, it turns into like a 2-year-long situation. But Christopher, when they call me, nobody knows. Sometimes I'll change voices.
You change your
I'll be Arabic. I'll be whatever.
You gonna be Arabic?
I change my voice sometimes.
I hear your Arabic
When
voice.
people call me, hello, this is my. Yeah, this is me. Can I help you?
What is wrong
Yeah.
with you?
You know, whatever.
That's Indian.
yeah, I know.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
That's not.
That is who I am. Yeah. And they hang up. They get when they call me and they be, hello, can I speak to Chris? I'll be like, this is me. They hang up.
Oh my.
They get really mad and they just hang up.
This is me.
Or they'll cuss me out and be like, yeah, brother, and hang up.
Oh wow.
Yeah. They don't call anymore.
I work at the biggest hall meat distributor in the state of Michigan. I'm going to grade your Arabic accent.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's-
But
it's
right, I
nasty.
make it I make it garbage on purpose.
Okay, fair enough.
Oh, you do it on purpose?
Yes,
He's
to
trying to
irritate them so they
irritate
stop calling my phone. You know, like since the
scammers.
president and nobody else will stop this, you got to figure out ways to stop it on
It
your
is
own because
scammers.
none of those caller ID things work.
No,
They don't
the
block
scammers
it.
are really
They get
bad.
through. They
I
find a
have
way to get through.
well, now that you have an Apple device,
No, I have an iPad. I still have an Android phone.
I said an Apple
I'm dying with
device.
it. I'm dying with this.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Ride or
anyway,
die.
on my Apple phone,
I'm team iPhone.
I
Guess
can
what?
go in and silence unknown
Let me
callers.
tell you something. I can go to any school, any business, anywhere, and leave this on the counter. Nobody's going to touch it. Nobody's going to take it. They're going to leave it there. Matter of fact, they'll say, "Hey, sir, you left this
This
yours?"
thing.
Right. For the iPhone,
Well, iPhones
my
are-
phone would have
do
been
they come
gone a long
missing?
time ago.
Do they what?
Come up missing.
They still
Outside.
iPods.
Oh, do they?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they do. I mean, they'll still do draws. If it's
I know that's right.
Yeah.
Gonna tell the truth.
Yeah.
Keep.
I left this in the cafeteria, and they brought it to my office.
They're still your job.
Yeah, yeah. But pleasantly, I'm not going to say the school, and I'm not going to say the student. But I ordered out. It was my lunch break. Let me define it that way. And I was ordering something, right? And my wallet. I forgot to pick my wallet up, so it was on the table. I packed my bag and left. And so a kid took my wallet, took it to the office, and said, "Hey, the guy that was out there, he left his wallet here." So I came back to the school, found the kid, gave him $50. Said thank you.
That's nice.
All my credit cards in there. Probably about $500 cash was in there.
Really?
Easy. Oh yeah, I had money. I had everything in my wallet.
$500 in your wallet,
Not
And
just
going
in
to
general.
schools?
Not just in general.
brother.
Not just in general. I was
going
going.
there broke.
I had to deposit the money.
Something nobody can take.
I go in
Absolutely.
broke because when people ask me for something, I'm usually trying to accommodate them. So that's why I don't like carrying money anymore.
You ain't.
That's my reason for not carrying money.
Nope. I
Because
go
kids say,
in there
"Dr. can I have a
broke on
dollar?" And I'll be
purpose.
like, "All right." And then by the time I look up at the end of the day, I'm $20 short, right? So I have to stop
should be
carrying
giving out
money
money.
because I'm too philanthropic with my money. And so that's why I married a very frugal woman who says, "Stop, no, we're not doing that,
Those are
no."
the best women on the face
Oh.
of the planet.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
I married a good old Florida Evans. Believe it.
Oh,
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
Florida Evans, but she ain't Florida.
Oh yeah.
No.
My wife got a little Florida
Don't
Evans in
give
her.
her Florida Evans.
It's beautiful. Florida's beautiful. I love Florida.
Yeah, but
I'm not Sherman Hemsley though,
But-
and I'm not James
That's
Evans.
a little bad old school. You making her seem like she's.
Oh no. I mean her mentality,
Used
her
to say her
how she run the
frugality.
household. Yes, she
Yeah.
got a little Florida in her.
Okay,
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
gonna say,
yeah.
That is.
Yeah.
I'm like that too.
Yeah. James?
I'm like ancient mama. I got a scarf on.
Oh yeah.
My
Oh, yeah.
well, I don't know what they call it, just the house gowns where you just can put it on.
Yeah.
You can do yard work in it. You can cook in it.
It's called a moo.
Yeah, muumuu.
Muumuu, yeah,
I
yeah.
put my muumuu on in a minute.
I have several.
Yeah, those are not always the sexiest things to see when you come home.
We don't-
Who trying to be sexy?
Right.
But let me tell you something.
We don't care.
Well, I met my wife.
Right.
I met my wife. She had one, so I'm gonna go on the air and say that she had one, and she left it at my old house, and I totally threw it away.
Did you throw it away?
I had to.
Believe him.
Oh, because she kept putting it on. She was just too comfortable in
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Listen,
I don't like those
what
things.
is wrong? This person is still the same.
I like the
person.
type of man that like muumuus.
Oh.
It is.
When you're listen, when you're a man and you grew up in the house with your grandma.
Man, what are you talking about?
Yeah, when you grew up in the house with your grandmother and you're a man and you see your woman in that same moo
You should value like,
some
ooh,
very
she got the same qualities as my
attractive
grandmother.
No.
There are some attractive moo-moos, though. There are some that
No,
are
it's
really
like
sexy.
it's like oh, can't have that kind of thought.
So who
So
are
you
you?
know
grandma.
moo-moos are sexy. You've never. They're,
No.
Yes, they are.
No.
You're not looking right. You gotta look. Like
That's right.
No, t-shirt and booty shorts.
What-
I'm good
what-
with
what-
that.
what
I
is-
don't-
booty short.
What if she got the muumuu on and she ain't got nothing on underneath
He
it?
done
No.
lost his mind.
He say no.
Booty
No.
shorts. Who gonna wear booty shorts around their house?
Why not?
What? So it can be riding up? No.
If you got a husband,
Oh, so I don't have that problem.
Right.
Maybe, I know. Maybe that's why we single, Rakiba, because
That problem.
Child.
We can be comfortable. We got kids. They don't care.
right.
Hey.
I want to be comfortable when I get
listen,
married
when
too.
you
Look,
when you married, the cereal box got to be open, okay? I mean, it is
Listen.
what it is. Sorry.
yeah, we gotta have dates though, like for stuff like that.
Right. You don't want.
But if it's your husband, you ain't gotta have dates.
you just.
You can make your husband take you out.
Hopefully, my husband think I'm sexy in my moo just like I'm sexy in them booty shorts.
Come on, Moo.
Listen. Okay, I'm not doing the moo, but
I grew up. I'm from. My
but no,
grandmother
seriously,
from Mississippi.
but
I grew up
seriously,
around moo.
If my wife wore a moo, I'd be cool with it. She has a big robe though. She has a big like huge robe. That she
This is
wears.
comfortable. I wear this.
That's beautiful.
But that's not a moo though.
This falls in the Moo family.
It does.
It's
definitely.
anything that's free flowing.
Okay, I'm
Yep.
thinking about the old thing with the zipper up the
No,
front.
see, that's why I said it got to be the right kind.
Oh,
of
if it was that,
moo-moo.
I'd be cool with it.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It got to be the right kind of moo. Not
I'm
the,
talking
not
about that
the-
old
not the
thing
great
that you would buy from,
retirement
like,
home
Sears, you know,
complex
yeah.
of moo. There are
Yeah.
different kind of moo. They have evolved.
That's why I like to go to like Bahamas and stuff. 'Cause You can go get your moo. You can get your.
Be on the beach.
Yeah. I
It's
love
not like
that.
every woman I dated through my evolution had a moo, so it's not like I saw the whole evolution of the moo,
That's-
right?
but-
So I don't know. I remember it's what my
Y'all
grandmother
get
wore.
fixated on one thing. Like there's a whole range. You got
Yeah.
fixated. This is what this. A lot of men
It's
do.
a beautiful
They get
thing.
fixated
Easy
on-
access clothing is just better.
That's what we're talking about. Moo EB access.
That's all right.
Right.
For the record, that's what I said. A muumuu is a skirt that starts at the shoulders. I
Exactly.
don't know
That's
where you
it.
get that, man.
It's easy access.
Really?
Especially if she.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you do is pull it up.
Absolutely.
You in business.
Ain't
I don't
nothing wrong
know.
with that.
You don't
There's something cute about seeing my wife walk around with skin showing, like, you know.
Well, absolutely.
Yeah, I
of
love
course.
that. I love it.
For sure.
I love it.
But you
I
want
love
her to be
it.
comfortable.
You say you love it.
I love it. Yeah.
You want to be comfortable.
I love
too,
it.
You know.
Yeah. I
There are
love
no
it.
kids, right?
Yeah.
Huh? No. Well,
Yeah, they
yeah, I
got
mean, we got a
kids.
daughter, but
So,
she's a girl, so what difference does it make? It's not like I got a son walking around seeing my wife
See, I
with
have a son.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
My
you
son is
know,
in Atlanta, so yeah.
You know, I have
It's a whole different thing.
Right. You're the only man in the house.
All the kids around us now are girls. I'm the only man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, there. I mean, but the point is, you can be sexy and whatever, but she should be able to be comfortable. Booty shorts are not comfortable. You know that, right?
They not.
Well, I don't mean booty shorts. I mean just like, the little pajama shorts. That's what I mean.
Okay, pajama shorts are different.
That's
than
what I'm
booty
talking
shorts.
about. I'm not talking about the ones that
You
people
made
wear
it
on
seem
TikTok.
like
I'm
it
not
was
talking
like
about that.
Your booty
I'm
hanging out. Like, who gonna do that?
Oh, for the record, I'm hip now. Those are called boy shorts.
Wait a minute. The hoochie daddy shorts.
Those are boy
for the
shorts.
men.
There used to be stretch pants. Then they turned into leggings.
No, they
Now
had the
were
short
stretch
shorts for men.
No.
I'm
wait.
not wearing that.
You're not wearing that?
No.
You would never wear shorts above your knees?
Anybody over the age of 21 should not wear briefs.
And any woman over 21,
You should wear
not wear
boxers.
booty shorts.
Briefs.
They shouldn't?
Yeah, briefs are
Not
bad.
around my house.
Yeah,
Oh.
briefs are bad for your circulation.
Now, if in the moment, I don't mind putting one on, but I'm not about the all stuff riding. That don't feel good.
I don't want to be uncomfortable.
You don't wear
That's what I'm
leggings.
saying.
You got a
I'm
leggings
like,
on now.
no, right? I'm
So
ta-
what would be the difference if those were
comfortable.
shorts?
You know where booty shorts stop?
Right here.
Not on me. Not if you have booty.
Oboe shy. Ta ta ta
Well,
ta
I guess
ta.
if you got a wall, they would stop here, right?
Right.
Oh my God!
Oh my God, yeah, I get it. I
Say
get
the
it.
girls with the booty can't wear booty shorts.
But and that's
all day, all
but see that's
You
unfair.
better ready. You better be ready.
That's unfair because
She said you better
that
be
regulates a
ready.
lot of dress codes. That's almost like the hair thing. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's fair. I don't.
Yes, there are double standards, whatever.
Yeah, it's a lot of double
Even
standards
in
with that.
education, there are double standards.
Yeah.
Absolutely there are.
I can't dress. There been at certain schools where I couldn't show my arms. And this
Oh,
is-
wow.
Yep.
Yeah.
Certain schools, principals didn't allow jeans.
I'm not a shirt and tie guy.
Now I
Yeah.
try to make sure that I'm covered more than more than most. I keep jackets and long sweaters and everything behind my door. Only because you have to be responsible. I know that I look younger than I am. I know that I have no students that are visually impaired. I understand they have eyes. I know that they start roaming. I get it.
At a certain age, yeah.
Yeah,
Especially in high
I
school.
work
yeah.
in high school.
Yeah.
So just so that we understand where the line is, I don't give you no visuals.
That's right.
As
Amen.
much as possible. You know, I can't cover my face. I can't. You know,
Well, just because you guys work in education, and I'm kind of like I'm not in education. I work with educators, but what do you think, because you work on the inside of it, of the stories where you hear about teachers or people that are working in the building and things like that, having stuff going on with the children?
well,
Is that just like a sick thing? I mean,
That's a
think-
good question. I think sometimes though, I think is over exaggerated. It's a fine line. Like, and then when you get to be older, it kind of dissipates, right? It's kind of like, you know what I'm saying? But when you're younger, I think it's a hazard, I think, sometimes. But I think also at the same time, I think sometimes it's over exaggerated. I said it to say you can't live your life in fear. Like when you take on an occupation, if you're afraid to indulge in the occupation you're in, then why do it? If you're a firefighter and you're afraid to put out fires, don't do it. If you're an educator and you're afraid to interact and have relationships, professional relationships, and mentor children, then why do it? Like these kids, listen. Every generation, it seems like every decade, there's more need for support. There's more need for mentoring. It's just straight up downright. Listen, what do you need? Like you need, like it gets worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. And I always say openly that my generation of parents were probably some of the worst collectively, based on how we actually parented our children collectively. I think we didn't do what our parents did. We felt our parents were too strict, too tough.
So we
took the easy road, right? And then look what happened. And look what happened to those kids and those kids after that. So I think, you can't be in school and not interact with kids these days. You can't. It's almost impossible because they have so many needs, because culturally there's so many things going on. Their mental health is off sometimes. They don't eat. The hygiene is off.
So you're saying some of the stories that go out about a teacher maybe having a relationship with a student?
Well, I'm not saying that. It happens.
Oh,
it happens. It does happen. It happens with female teachers too.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking about.
Happens.
Yeah.
I think boundaries are important.
Yeah.
Boundaries are.
I think that's the bottom line, that it is important for the adults in the situation. And I'm not talking, and we do have students that are adult age, but they're not adults.
Adults,
because they're enrolled in school.
Correct.
High school.
Yeah.
So, and I have to remind my 18-year-olds of this. So I said, as long as you enrolled in this school,
You're not an adult.
you're,
Yeah.
the adults in the
Yeah.
situation are supposed to be adults, and they're supposed to say, this is the boundary, and I'm
Right.
going to respect this boundary and not cross that boundary, not project my stuff
Right.
on other people.
Right.
And the biggest one, I'm going to treat everybody else's child like they were my child and like I want somebody to treat my child.
Yeah.
And I don't think we do that. I don't think we do that at all. And I
Exactly.
think that's the problem.
You know what I found to help me now is any action I take, especially in a disciplined way, is never personal. Because I was a dean for a few years, and I think when you make it personal, when you start to lecture children and make it personal, it creates more of a. I like quick transactional consequences.
Okay.
Okay. When it starts to get longer than 5-10 minutes, that's when you start getting more personal with it. Things keep getting said back and forth, and it becomes more of a personal issue. Look, you just violated policy. I'm gonna send you home. I love you. When you come back, I'll be the first to hug you when you walk in the door. But you gotta go home for this. Like, it's not personal for me.
Right.
And they can appreciate that versus sitting there lecturing them, making them feel like garbage before you send them home. That's not what I'm trying to do. And I don't want to have a long conference about it.
Yeah, because they're going to go home and probably feel like garbage once they get the
and
discipline.
I'll talk to you when you come back. We'll have a conference when you come back. Because what I found is, this is my first year. I was a dean first year. And I had 2 students I was talking to or whatever. And one student had her phone on, like, called the mom, beep, 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 beep. Had the phone on in between her legs, right? I didn't know the phone was on. But I'm always professional with that. But that just shows you like
Right, the
where they
level,
are and where their
yeah.
head is, right? So the trainer said, when she came in, she said, "Yeah, Dr. Rice, I was on the phone." I said, "I know." She said, "I heard the whole conversation. You were very professional. You were very fair, whatever. So I don't have any problem with this. Everything will." But that was the one wake up call I needed to say, okay,
Right.
this is how I'm gonna handle business, flat out,
Absolutely.
done in the
Gotta
story.
protect yourself.
So I keep it very transparent, very straightforward. I'm a man of few words when it comes to kids and discipline and all that, because you're going to know where I'm standing from the beginning, and we got to have these repetitive conversations, because
Yeah.
it gets to be a bit much. But I know that the pandemic, and I always say it damaged kids, but it damaged adults even more. To me,
It did. Yeah, I don't think
to
parents were ready
me.
to step up to the plate to even
I mean, I'm
take
talking
on
about
the
even,
responsibility
I'm
of
talking
being.
about professionally, like at work sometimes, like you know, in the classrooms, like there are a lot of teachers and educators who suffered great loss during the pandemic, but we didn't take time to really check on their mental health. We focused everything on the kids.
Correct.
You know, but you got to take care of the person who's taking care of the kids.
True.
You know what I'm saying? And so now you've left them to fend for themselves and get themselves back together. At the same time, they're trying to take care of other people's kids. You can't do that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we should have stopped and said, wait a minute, let's see what we can do for all these people who lost their homes,
Yeah.
who had to file bankruptcy, all these things that happened to all these people during the pandemic, whose spouses died, whose parents died.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I probably in the last 3 or 4 months, I've encountered 4 or 5 people I work with whose parents died, like
From COVID?
recently. No, just they
Oh, just
passed,
in
like
general.
recently. Yeah.
Wow.
You know, and that's traumatic. I mean, my mother's in, you know, across the country, but man, I can't imagine life without her being here. So I know how difficult that is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And to not reach out, to not do those type of things, provide that. What do you're a counselor though? What do you think about that?
We're not seen as human.
Yeah.
That's the problem. A lot of people regard the position but not the person. So a lot of times the expectation is for the position and not the person. I know I did suffer loss during COVID. And I shouldn't say during because we're still in it, but when we were in quarantine and there was no empathy given. That was at Ben Carson. There was no empathy given. The expectation was, you know, from the state, we need to do what's right for kids and have all these social and emotional supports for the kids. The one blessing for me is that on the other side of it, when we were at home for a year and a half, I got the opportunity to teach the mental health of educator class at Eastern. So it was an intentional space created for.
So you teach counseling classes there?
No, this is all grad students. So people that were in the School of Ed, they actually took my class. They were educators.
Oh, you teach education courses? Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, and they actually took my class, and I got to structure it and write the curriculum, and it was all on self-care. You know, and we did a different part of self-care each week, and at the end they had a toolkit, and they had to, you know, make a decision to integrate those things into their routines during the day, and you know, do some lifestyle changes, because there is no intentional space where we're going to for us to take care of ourselves. That's not the goal. You're the adult. They don't care about the adult. They care about the position.
Yeah.
So
You know, you said we're still in it, like we are. And sometimes I almost forget, because walking around with masks in a building sometimes is so uncomfortable. But now I feel a little freedom. But I was really glad when COVID just made its way through my whole household, because it's over now. I mean, for the most part, we're vaccinated. It can still come back, but it won't be nearly as bad as it was. Because for me, one night I thought it was it.
me too.
I really thought it was over.
Yep.
Like,
Your
yeah,
life?
yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely.
It was really bad.
Absolutely.
I'm so
Just
glad I
one
never
day.
had that experience.
One day, one night, I was like, yeah, I don't think
It was bad.
I don't think I'm waking up tomorrow. Yeah, it was bad.
I just remember
was
the
bad.
fever and I just remember going in and out of consciousness. It felt
Yep.
like, just because
Yeah.
I got it at the height. I got it when there was no test, when
Yeah.
there was no, and only got it because I went to save my mom. I broke quarantine and went to save her. And so, yeah, it felt like bronchitis. I've had bronchitis twice. It felt like that, but the fever was just ridiculous.
I had zero energy. Like,
Yep.
I couldn't sit
Yep.
up. It's like I
Yep,
just
you just laid there.
and it permanently damaged my sense of taste.
Really?
Yeah, I've been to three specialists. My taste is permanently, like, some things taste the way they should, but other things taste nothing like what it is. Like, when I look at it and see it, it's hamburger, but when I taste it, it's not hamburger. And there's nothing they can do about it. So I just cut a lot of things out of my diet because I'm just tired of eating dirt. Like, that's what it tastes like.
You don't know what. Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to go back to that course you were talking about. Some things to do for with self-care.
Yes, self-care.
So just a tidbit of what can people do or educators do for self-care, just in a nutshell?
So some things that I find purposeful is knowing to cut it off. That's the biggest thing. People take work home. They shouldn't
Okay.
leave work at work.
Mm-hmm.
That's the hardest
I
one.
have a hard time.
It took me years to learn how to do that.
Okay.
But you got to be more selfish about you.
Yeah.
Because if you were to go, they're just going to either vacate the position or fill it.
I've heard that twice
You
in one
know.
day.
So that's the biggest thing. The other time is don't eat lunch where they can find you. I've known people that take lunches in their cars. Take lunch because it doesn't. It's not lunch.
It's not lunch. Yeah.
It's not
yeah.
lunch. You need a break. So I've gone. I'm like, okay, let me get in my car. Let me drive around. There is a big, beautiful. You can walk around the track across the street. So, walking across this track, but that's too close. I can't be there because then they'll bother me. But you got to find places where you can go. I like walking and inhaling, fresh air, breathing techniques, music. I used to incorporate music into my class, and my students at the time were like in middle school, so their seat time, I had different music playing quietly in the background. Music gets me through my days because I can just put a Tiny Desk concert on.
Oh,
couple of
yeah.
them, and they just keep the days going. When I have to call him about stuff I want to call him about, stuff that irritates my soul.
But you wouldn't know it. You wouldn't know that you were irritated because you never lose your
Right.
composure. Like
Yeah,
you're always that
This
way.
is like it's her voice. It's
this is
always
her.
how she sounds, even when
Oh.
she's upset or something.
This is her.
Yeah, I
And
love
she'll
that.
call. You'll see the face like,
Yeah.
Dr. Rogers.
But isn't it?
Okay.
Isn't it remarkable though how you can get people's undivided attention? The rare times when you do have to get salty and let somebody know. If you're quiet all the time, when you get loud, you will get people's attention.
So
And
I
it's
can't
kinda
get
great.
loud because I have a very weak vocal cords. Like I'll just lose my voice. So it's when I don't talk at all.
Maybe I was going to say maybe loud's
Yeah.
the wrong word.
Yeah.
but you
Just go
can.
silent.
There's a countenance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They can tell my facial expressions are pretty lethal, so they can tell.
Yeah. That's her voice all the time.
Yeah.
No, regardless of
that.
what it is.
Yeah, but Alan stars, and so they will poke fun, because they're like, oh, they start poking. But my administrators are like my brothers, so they'll start. Even him and Alan, at one time, they were poking fun because they know they can. So
She's just so calm. It's just like, hey.
yeah, most of the time.
like it.
I mean, it works with parents. Like
Oh, yeah.
I'm pretty good at the parents that give the clericals a hard time. Like one in particular, she knows that she can get spicy, so she'll like, she'll just transfer them to me, and I usually can say, okay, so I'm trying to speak, so listen. A lot of times, you have parents that are frustrated just because they don't know how they're doing the best they know how to do.
Yeah.
So I found if you have a conversation, if you invite them in, have a conversation, show them
Right,
what you're
right,
talking
right.
about, and give them a plan,
Right.
it usually turns it around. I have never met a parent that says they want their kid to fail. Not one.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
They all want their kids to do well, and so that's what I'm there for, to try to help them understand. And I haven't had too many irate ones. I'm able to get them to understand that, especially when I'm doing exit conferences, meaning the student can't graduate from there. I'll give them another alternative. I'm like, here's 6 more alternatives. There's going to be a plan. We want them to get a diploma. That's what we're focused on. They don't have to get it from here. I just want them to get it from somewhere.
Yeah.
And 9 times out of 10, it works.
It works.
I like that. That's a key to like de-escalating situations too. Keeping your tone.
Yeah.
Tonality is important.
Yep.
For sure.
It's definitely important, along with mannerism and sharing. So a lot of times I'm a parent too. I get it, or I got a son too. And then they're like, you do, and so they'll understand that. Or I'll say, I'm telling you like I want somebody to tell my son, because it's true. I'm entrusting my son with somebody else too.
Right.
And I'm hoping that they're delivering the same information to my son and giving the same compassion and attention to my son that I'm giving other people's kids.
So when I first met Rakiba, I talked to her on the phone. I hung up and I was like on Teams, and I said, "Hey, I was talking to one of my coworkers. I said, yeah, I was just talking to the counselor. Is she new over there?" And she said, "New? Who? Rakiba?" She said, "No, she's been here for a long time." I said, "Really?" And then when she said she had a kid, I was like, I said, "Was he 5?" Like, You know, because when you see her on teams, even like here, like she doesn't look like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see
so
it.
I was like, she just got out of college. Like,
It's all the time.
yeah, no.
No.
But then when you hear the voice, you can hear the maturity and the slow pace of the voice.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, yeah, because she's never lit like, hey, you know, ah! That's not her. It's like, hey, can you unlock this for me because, yeah.
Or I'm like, hey, when are you gonna come over here? Cause
Yeah. That's the line.
I'm like,
hey, when you gonna come over here and
'cause
take
we
care
got-
of this?
We got a problem. This is a lot. I need a day. He was like, I'll come over. He was supposed to come over, and then our building didn't have power the whole week.
Hey, when you gonna come over here and take care of this? Like,
Like,
I'm gonna stop. I'm not even doing this. You
A lock?
When you gonna come take care of this?
Yeah, no. So he cleans up transcripts, so
Yeah.
he'll make sure.
Oh, some
Yeah,
transcript was locked up.
That,
It'll
no, it's
need to be
it
checked,
needs to
fixed.
be
Oh.
fixed.
Yeah.
They're just things that need to be fixed, and no fault of his own. But he's the person in charge with cleaning.
That does it, yeah.
And so, I'll encounter a lot of errors that are going to impact a student graduating, and then I'm going to have to answer for it. So I'm like, come over here, let's clean it up now,
Yeah.
so that I don't have to deal with this. And and they're actually making trips to question people about stuff. So I'm like, I'm not going to be on that list. Like, so let's get it out the way. So
Absolutely.
I knew I would see him today, so we gonna come up with another date because he's coming back over there.
When you work in a school, you never know what's going on. But when you sit up like on the 5th floor and you're able to look down, you're like, Jesus, it's a lot to do. Like, it's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work. It's a
But you said
lot.
700 students. That is a lot.
700 students. It's only 2 counselors.
I went over
700
to Western and
students.
looked at transcripts one day. It's 2,000 kids over there. Yeah.
Yeah,
They're
it is.
deep. Western is
It is.
deep.
It is.
Okay.
It is. But they do have more counselors,
Cass too.
and they have more counselors too.
Renaissance too.
And they
Deep.
have more counselors.
Yeah. You know, I walked in the office at Renaissance. It looks like Quicken Loans. Like aesthetically, like you know, I'm like, dang. You know, like then you go to another school, you're like,
They vary from school to school.
Yeah.
Some of them would be. I was in a broom closet once. On a desk once. It's never consistent. So I don't. That's not a stuff I get bent over, out of shape over. I'm like, okay, you give me a desk, I'm gonna do my job with a desk. You give me, as long as I got my laptop, I can make miracles happen. I don't get bent over that. Like my office never got painted last year. I was like, okay. My principal came there. Why don't you have your artsy stuff? I said they were supposed to paint that wall. I was just keeping it. It never got painted, so stuff's in boxes. So when they get painted, I move the stuff out of boxes. I said, but I'm still gonna do my job.
I like having a portable office. I got an office anywhere I go. All I need is a laptop, and I got an office.
Yep.
And I like going to different places, getting a different vibe.
It's kind of like how
different
my work
places.
is.
Yeah, I love
I
that.
like to do that, but I can't be mobile. I'm assigned to one school.
Yeah,
So-
exactly.
So we talked a little bit about you retiring and things like that. So what is Rakiba's plans after you're done?
Working with other people's kids.
Yeah. What do you envision?
College professor.
I like being an adjunct. I do because I'm not completely locked in. I can kind of pick and choose when I want to teach, and I like that part of it. So that's the consultant part of me. I enjoy what I do as a consultant. I'm able to, speak to different audiences and impart my best practices. That's always good because you can help them grow. What worked for me, I would do that, and I would do art. I would definitely do art. So
Well, the art is dope. And
I would do
before-
For
art.
sure.
I would
So
do
like,
all
do you
day.
see yourself like being like a full time like artist, like doing galleries and
love to.
viewings and things like that?
I have an art. There's an art teacher at my school, and I always try to go up there, but Alan tries to find me. Never lets me have fun. They always said, we always know if we ever disappear where you gonna be. I've never been able to just sit there and enjoy her class because I'm obligated to do other things. But if I could have it my way, I would be doing art all day.
Okay.
I'm gonna buy that piece of art and I'm gonna get on Facebook and I'm gonna show that piece of art in my house. I need
promote
to
it.
have that.
Thank
Seriously,
you.
I need to have
It's
that.
I
pretty.
appreciate
It is
that.
pretty.
I mean, it makes me happy because I know that a lot of times we're not seen as the beautiful ones. We're not the ones that everybody wants to envision. Black people as a whole,
Okay.
We're not the models of beauty and what it should look like. So when I'm able to capture women and put us on the wall, we turn into art pieces. I'm like, no, we're masterpieces.
I love that.
So I'm able to customize and do different skin tones and different kinds of hair. So I really enjoy doing it. It's only yesterday was my 3rd year Afro Sheversary, and so it's only been 3 years, but I've had a lot of success. I've been a vendor a lot.
No, that's me. I'm sorry.
Oh.
We're good.
So where do we or how do people? We're good. Yeah. So how do people get? Before we shut off, how do people get?
I don't want you to do one to me. I want freckle.
Yeah, how do people connect with you to
Strawberry
get art
shortcake.
or buy it or how do they
So
connect with you?
first, they check me out on my artist page, www.facebook.com/Rakiba Lanise. So RAKIBALANISE. And then it has all the different styles that I have.
Fire.
And then they can email me at rakibalanise@gmail.com.
That's simple.
Yep.
Yep.
And it goes straight to my phone, and they start, telling me that they need a specific piece and a specific. Like, do I do these colors? I want it to look like this. Could you turn this way? Could you, And I try to make sure. Or I need a piece for my mom, and she likes blue. And can you do the ones with the praying hands? I mean, I have about 13 different styles, so they're able to see the different styles.
They can see that on your Facebook.
Oh,
Yep.
My catalog is like the first thing that they see. I have a Google Doc that I turned into a catalog. I have to update it.
Okay.
But because I just did 2, I went smaller.
So what's the address for that one?
So it's still on the Facebook.
Rakiba Lanise.
Yeah, Rakiba Lanise.
Yeah.
It's still on there. And then I went smaller because I realized that everybody doesn't have wall space to do a bigger piece. So that's why I went smaller. I went to the 5x7. I have an 8x10 now. So I made different sizes.
So folks, please check out Rakiba Lanise. If you want more information, you can email her at lakibalanise@gmail.com. But go on Facebook and check out the art. It is absolutely beautiful. Too bad we couldn't show it to you here, but it's great. So this has been another wonderful episode of the start of season 2.
Start of season 2.
Yes, with Rakiba. This has been great.
It's been great.
Thank you
Right.
for
So the
having
Real
me.
Nonsense is brought to you by Jerry Davis Photography and Melodic Retirement Services LLC.
Retire healthy and wealthy.
Absolutely. So again, another great episode of the Real Nonsense Podcast. We'll see you next Saturday, 5 o'clock. Okay, radio, Facebook Live.
Peace out, y'all.
Peace.
Be blessed. That was fun.
Yeah, it's always fun to laugh and talk.